Thanks everybody for joining this episode of Rotor Baron. Today, you caught me with my pants off. They're right here. I am trying to get rid of, if you can see it right there, a little spot of, well, it's not that little, but a spot of super glue on my favorite pair of pants. So, what are we going to do about that? I am going to use some acetone to try to get this out. Going to take some safety precautions. First of all, the goggles, or safety glasses. Some breathing protection. Yes, I know this isn't a great respirator for acetone and that kind of thing, but it's better than nothing. I'm also going to open the back door that's right there to give me some ventilation. And of course, our trusty apron, which if I would have been wearing at the time, probably wouldn't have got the glue stains on the paints. Let's get going. The way I've decided to do this is put some acetone in the little shot glass just because it's convenient, and then scrub the stain out with a toothbrush. And we'll see if that doesn't break it down a little bit. Now what I did to prepare for this, because I wasn't sure how well it's going to work, is I took and right here put some acetone earlier just to see if it would affect the color of the pants at all, and it doesn't seem to. So we're going to give this a shot. Again, favorite pants. I also, for full disclosure here, have this old hobby shirt that I used to wear. And you can see it has multiple stains in it, including one that was super glue that I was able to not completely get out, but make it a lot softer and a lot less noticeable. So I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it shows up on camera pretty good. Right there where that divot is. I didn't use the toothbrush in that method, but this time I'm going to. And I hope I get a little bit better results. Okay, so I've got the section that I want pretty isolated there. And I know from the t-shirt experiment that it is going to wick into the fabric like nothing. So I'm going to try to restrain using as much as I can when I do this. I got that upside down. That goes in. Alright, seems to work okay. I'm going to gently pour some acetone into the shot glass. That's plenty. I guess I could be wearing gloves when I'm doing this too, but it is nail polish remover after all. So they use it on bare hands all the time. Alright, so what I'm going to do to get started is take this little dropper, fill it a little bit, and let it drip right on that stain. We'll let that just soak for a bit. Okay, we're giving that a little time to soak. Let's try the toothbrush here. Now I don't expect this to work immediately. In fact, the acetone's already dry on the spot. So let's get a toothbrush, dip it in there. Scrubbing. you can get it to really penetrate that glue. Still feel it. Feels slightly softer. Good news is it doesn't appear to be discoloring the pants or ruining them at all, which is a nice thing. I gotta say, the toothbrush seems to be working well. The stain's not out, but it is keeping the acetone where it needed instead of just letting it wick up into the pants. Alright, I think I'm going to let that just kind of soak and wick in there for a minute. Just a little bit more right to the middle of it. I want it to be kind of wet. It'll stay that way. Okay, let a little bit of time go by so far, and try to hold it right in the light here. You can see it's a lot softer. It's still there, not gone, but better. So we'll just continue working. Now I notice that this fabric has a grain. I'm trying to go along with that grain when I'm scrubbing. So hopefully that'll make it easier. Okay, I'm gonna let this soak, come back to it, see what we got. Maybe the paper towel will keep it from evaporating so fast. And we'll be back. It's been about 15 minutes, and let's see how we're doing. It is still there and still tough. I can scratch it if you can hear that. So I think what I'm going to try to do is actually soak this part in the acetone inside the little shot glass there. Let's get that going. That's probably way more than enough. Bundle this up a little bit. Set it right down there. Make sure that stays. There's towel there too. All right, we'll let that go for a little bit and see what happens. It has been about a half an hour, so we're going to go ahead and check on the stain, see if it's loosened up a little bit. So here we go. Just in case. Hopefully the glasses won't fog up as much this time. That is all pre-soaked. You can still feel it. It is a heck of a lot softer. And you can still see it there too. Let's tread the toothbrush a little bit. Hoping that it would really soften that up. Doesn't appear to have done much at all, which is very disappointing. Trust me, this works much better on balsa wood with super glue. I think I'm going to try soaking it some more. This is a lesson in patience for sure. So the best advice I have for getting super glue out of your pants or shirt is not to get it on there in the first place. Apron. Okay, we're going to let that sit for a little bit and we'll be back. Welcome back. I have made some changes here over the last hour or so. I figured the acetone was evaporating too quickly, so what I have done is surrounded the acetone with plastic. Or I should say I surrounded the shot glass with an old plastic marshmallow bag and a rubber band. That seems to be keeping that section fairly moist. And I'll go back every once in a while and add some more acetone to it as it evaporates. See how this works. It has been a couple hours since I started this process, and I knew that one of two outcomes were possible. Either the stain or the glue was gonna go away and everything was gonna look great, or I was gonna make it worse. I think I made it worse. So you can see right here how much that shows up now. And I think it has to do with all the scrubbing that I did with it. So that was probably a mistake. But I'm gonna let it dry, take them to the dry cleaners and see what happens. Thanks for joining me. This is Rotobear. Try something new.